The captain suddenly realized he might already be dead. But what was even scarier was that he saw all the passengers had turned into ice statues, and the flight attendant was frozen solid, lying on the floor. Yet the plane was still flying in the sky. He desperately tried to grab the control stick, but his hand passed through it like air. He couldn't touch it at all. If this continued, once the fuel ran out, the entire plane would plummet from the sky. Just then, a woman in town with psychic abilities heard what sounded like a massive roar. She felt a sense of impending danger. Suddenly, she saw a man in uniform fall from the rooftop of the building across the street. But the people around didn't react at all. The woman rushed over to look, but there was nothing on the ground. She immediately understood. What she had just seen might have been someone's soul. What could this mean? The next day, that falling soul appeared directly before the woman. He was the captain. She asked him what he wanted, but he rambled strangely, saying things like, "The captain lives and dies with the plane, and they're all asleep." The woman couldn't understand at all. She quickly asked where he was right now, but the captain only replied, "We're very close," before suddenly vanishing. It turned out the captain had just died, and his soul was still disoriented, so he couldn't communicate clearly. But the woman knew he had sought her out for a reason. After some thought, she guessed it must be related to a plane crash. She immediately called her husband, a firefighter, and asked him to check if there were any reports of recent plane crashes. As she was speaking, she suddenly saw the captain reappear on the opposite rooftop. This time, she ran straight to him and asked, "Did a plane crash?" To her surprise, the captain shook his head and said, "No crash. The plane is still flying." Before she could ask which flight it was, he disappeared again. But she knew, wherever this plane crashed, it would be a disaster. She immediately called the airline, explained the situation, and asked them to check nearby flights. But no one believed her. Suddenly, there was a knock at the door. When the woman opened it, she saw the frozen soul of a flight attendant. The flight attendant told her that the air in the cabin had suddenly been sucked out. No one could breathe. Then the temperature dropped rapidly. She even gave the woman the flight number. But before the woman could react, a deafening roar came from outside. A passenger plane flew so low it almost scraped the rooftops, followed by a thunderous crash. The plane had gone down.